it works. Hello, Delphetje. I'm back. Hello, Spoediki. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm how you say that? I'm steadfast as a rock. I'm not giving up. Hello everyone. Yeah, my music is not playing. That's another thing what is interesting, that my music is not playing, but I did now another pause screen, so maybe I added there the wrong things. Let me see. Video music. No. If I do that. Okay. I'm so glad it works. TVOP is live. Ah, right. Hello, welcome, dear people. Hello, Nobby Noble. Play us a tune. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying hard. My favorite music. I will try. I will try because I need to find out why it's not working. Barry Henderson is in the house. Maybe he knows a solution. Do I? No. Ah, man. Nope. Yeah, it works. Ah, yeah. Yeah, Kumi en Okkie. Ta-da! Hello, dear people. Well, that was an interesting start. Welcome, everyone. Hello, Arthur TMC. Welcome. It is, yeah, he's sweet, huh? It's Okkie and Kumi and Okkie. Welcome, everyone. It's the English live stream. And I had to restart. And yeah, it works on TVOP Live. Yay! Welcome everyone on TVOP. And of course on my Facebook pages, also on Trovo. Welcome everyone. Yeah, welcome everyone. That's a good ending to fade away. Yeah, I love this song. It's everything. It represents what I am, who I am. Like seize the day, and in this way to get further in the process of deprogramming. Welcome. Yeah, Arthur, it is. Yeah, it is a bit nostalgia with well, still missing both my cats, Kumi and Okkie. And Okkie was the last one who passed away in, I think that was January or February this year. And yeah, it's just sweet, sweet videos. But maybe one day there will be some new animal in the house, but a pet. But for now, we are not planning to take a pet because the situation, yeah, it is not so convenient now. So, but I do miss a dear pet, and of course, Kumi. Watching photos will help. Exactly. Yeah, it is. It is sweet that that I can still see. Hey, I have these memories with Oki, and he was a lot in the live stream. So if you look earlier live streams of mine, then you see Oki, and even at times funny things, bloopers, or that he dropped off the couch and so on. But yes, very sweet memories. And now I try to fix that I can enter my pictures, and I cannot. Oh, what is happening here? Ah, I can. Yeah, I can. Great. So, wow. All right. Arthur, yeah, that's very sad. If you lose a pet, a cat, or a beloved animal, that is just sad because they are special. Everyone, they're all special. But I understand how it feels, and it's. I still can often a while very much miss him, and specifically Oki. Then I walk, specifically in the morning when I walk downstairs and enter my living room, and then I sometimes feel the urge to look for him, to search for him, and he's not there. So yeah, that's sad, of course. But and there is no flickering of the light now, but the light will now, yeah, the sun is descending. So I hope it will get more quiet with the lighting. So I think I will have to think about looking for better lighting. So yeah, dear people, well, that was a bumpy start, but I restarted it, and I'm curious if I'm now also live on YouTube. So hello everyone. Hello Jos, also very welcome here. And everyone else, of course, and thank you for your patience. I'm belated. And yeah, I plan on this evening again go a bit through a journey of with pictures, because I got many positive reactions, and thank you everyone who replied on my last Saturday live stream in Dutch, that it was for a lot of people very even adding to get more understanding for how mind control works. I'm very happy with that, of course, so I will now do this as well for tonight. Thank you so much, Yvonne. Also welcome, of course. I think I've said hello to everyone else. TVOP Live, yeah, that makes me happy. Now I know that it works the same way as how I go live myself via Facebook. So every time I need to make a new stream key. So I apologize, Barry, that and for the others on TVOP that you have to take a new stream key then, apparently. Well, let me start. As always, I start with my deprogramming journey, and the deprogramming was last couple of days pretty intense again, because after every live stream, as you know, that gives me an incredible impulse to continue with my deprogramming and with my journey for healing and becoming a whole person, becoming a whole personality again. But let me start with two specific systems which came to the surface, because in the English version I did not mention that yet. I did mention about 4 directions, so you have to see it like a turntable, but then in 4 quarters. So put in 4 quarters, and that turns around, and then 2 quarters I only surfaced. I got to the surface. That was last week. And these 2 represented roots of eating disorders. Well, I talk specifically, yeah, I think last half year about that. I'm very open about that. I had to deal with a lot of eating disorders and still am coping and trying to get rid of that inner monster, which it is. Well, it is a kind of addiction, of course, eating disorders, and I have healed from that. Well, 99%. So I'm very grateful for that. Otherwise, I would not be capable of doing a live streams, and then you would see me getting slimmer, slimmer, slimmer. So you would see that if I would have been withdrawn in that again. But I do feel since that last signpost came forward, these two eating disorder systems, the roots of that, well, that was pretty tough because then I felt like an inner monster, as I call it, because it really feels like that there is an urge. It's a kind of urge which can become an own life again, or an own person who is then grabbing more and more space to get more and more into eating disorders. And I'm by now too experienced, of course, to let that happen. And I won't let it happen again because it's about non-feeling and not wanna feel. It's about escaping own feelings. So I just can never go back. And I have, of course, my dear friend here who also, she feels it, by the way. In many live streams I honor her, but I mean it. She deserves all the credits for staying with me, coping with me and my deprogramming. But she always felt that in all these years with the eating disorder, she felt that I was hiding something or these personalities in me. And then after a while, then she was a bit observing it. That's the way she works. That she is observing me. She doesn't say anything. She's very understanding and doesn't say anything. And then suddenly, on the right moment, somehow it was always the right moment. And then she said like, hey, Monique, I see suddenly, that was in these years when it was really heavy with the eating disorders. And that was approximately between 2011 and 2014, 2015. And that she then said like, hey, why is this food is suddenly finished? How is that possible? Because I know you don't eat a lot. I never eat too much because that is not me, either. So for her, it occurred to her that suddenly, for example, many bread was gone or some cheese. It's just an example. And then she suddenly confronted me with that. And then suddenly personality came forward because it was a surprise action, and that's her way of tactics. So it's not only understanding, it's also just say out loud what she feels, but also in a loving way. And that is also important, specifically with people with eating disorders. Be understanding, be empathic, but as well be clear. So, because people with eating disorders, well, I can say that for all the personalities in me, I got to the surface between 2011 and 2014, 2015, that I got confronted with personalities who were extremely intelligent, who managed to hide these eating disorders. And these are small, tiny things which others won't see, like sitting on the table. And I talked about it that a lot of times, that it's a well-known tactic of then have a napkin and then put something off the plate without being seen, and I was talking, and it was a personality of mine was then putting a bit of the food into the napkin. And it had to be, of course, a bit handy food, not that it would be too wet or something, because I may be different in that, but for me it was always important that I did it neatly. So it had to be neatly, not that it had to be done in a kind of chaotic all the way, I have to reach the goal to put away food. But that's one trick of eating disorders. And now lately I am going through that again, but in a far quicker way, and that inner voice is not getting the strength it always had. And that is, fortunately, I'm very happy with that, because otherwise, yeah, then I would feel every time that I would be drawn back into these eating disorders. Well, that's not helping the healing process either. And I see Jos come by. Thank you so much, Jos, for yeah, you're always so positive, and only you seem very tired, Monique. Yeah, that is true. I did not sleep very well last couple of nights, and that had got to do with this new system I'm digging up. And and I am very tired, and it is in the head. So it's a head tiredness, which is behind the edge of my skull, and behind, yeah, a bit so here on the forehead. And I recognize that also with systems. But to come back with these the signpost system, 2 eating disorder systems were coming to the surface, and those were connected to eating bread. And the other one was based on manna. Well, manna is, I think, also in Hebrew, manna is also another word for the bread what they use for this eatable bread. Yeah, I always, owl is it called in Dutch, and it's like candy paper. That is now made and being given in churches, in Catholic churches, with the communion and going communion. I hope I say it in the right way in English. And that was also the system, and that mana system was weirdly enough also connected to Japanese and Chinese food. So I love Chinese and Japanese food, but in all these years of the eating disorder, specifically from 2011 to 2014, 2015, I hardly could eat anything what was related to that. So everything could trigger me in the eating disorders, and that was so tiring as well. I also see that you have stepped out of your body, and probably a little too long, Monique. Yeah, well, I, I have more and more experiences also in the night that I'm somewhere else. And I was yesterday night somewhere else, and I was levitating things. I was in another atmosphere dimension, and I was levitating things and so on. So yeah, I am also very vividly dreaming, and that is also a way, by the way, to digest with healing from mind control. If you're deprogramming, by the way, from traumas or mind control, like in my case, then if you start dreaming things which is related to the process you're going through, or that it's part of, for example, a hidden pattern in you, then it is also surfacing more. So that is the good positive thing. So it is a positive sign if you dream about certain things which are new, or, well, I don't want to repeat myself. Well, the other 2 directions of these 4 directions I did not yet call up, and I couldn't see. So I did a live stream Saturday evening, and I talked about it. And then in a session, I met someone who was walking or was standing on top of these 4 directions, on these what I described with these 4 quarters, and that only 2 were active and the other 2 were not visible. So I was working on that innerly, and this personality is now also integrated. Yeah, a lot is happening, I know. So if it's unclear or not very clear in the timeline I'm talking about my healing process or what I describe, then please let me know in the chat, because then I will, of course, explain in a better way what is going on. But I will also show some images, which is part of what I like to show about how I see things innerly, how I visualize innerly when a new personality or a new grid or a new system is coming to the surface. And yeah, I'm curious how I will how I will cope with that in English. And thank you so much, Yvonne, for the feedback because I do feel tired, and yeah, it was the day also. Sometimes time flies, you know, and this was a day that I just had shortage of time suddenly, because I also transformed, yes, another part of that system of these four directions. I have now the third one coming to the surface, and this third one has got to do with spaghetti. Yes, spaghetti. Specific Italian spaghetti. So not macaroni or these curved things or these curled pasta things. And yeah, I will take it easy, Jos, but thanks, and thank you all for joining also again. And I say it again, but also on Trovo and on TVOP and on Twitch and on YouTube. And yeah, my channels keep on growing, and I'm extremely grateful for that, of course. So, but yeah, I do hope I can talk this whole thread, because maybe it's the tiredness I realize now, because this person, I don't know why I get now, I'm now sad suddenly. That's emotional. I don't know why, but this spaghetti was related to abuse, and I did not never got that to the surface, like with all the eating disorders. And I'm sorry, I have tears in my eyes. I don't understand. I do understand, but I don't understand. Um, So that this spaghetti, it's like these long noodle thing and like threads. And this part, and I talked with this part only now maybe 2 hours before I would start to go live, because I was going for a walk to let go and to be prepared for tonight, and I was totally feeling sick suddenly because I ate today spaghetti. So, and I felt so incredible nauseated and headache and very, yeah, I was not feeling well. So I immediately talked to my dear friend here. She also was home, fortunately. And that is the power of dealing with eating disorders and recovering from mind control, and in the deprogramming. It's so important that then there is someone near who immediately understands you, feels you, and is there. And yeah, I again am so grateful that my dear friend here was in the house as well, at home. And then she said, we go for a walk, and we're going to say what we call that is saying hello to a certain theme, or what is now happening in me, but also in her. Huh? I am a healer, as you know, and a reader. I did never mention that, but I did also an how do you say that, education for a reader and healing, and I did intuitive development. I have certificates for that, and reading education. I did not the first year, but I got immediately towards the second year, and I have also certificate for that. Um, but so I know I can heal as well, and even when I'm in the deepest of my deprogramming, feel bad and so on, I still can be there for others, and that is, I think, I'm happy with that, of course. But so it's always in balance with the two of us, with my dear friend and I believe that is also why we can cope for so long. So it's not one-sided, you know. That's very important to say. And for me, I need that as well, and she as well, because she's very very aware of processes and intuitive processes as well. So, and by the way, these education certificates I already got early 2000, before 2000 even. I lost track of that. So that is also my, I have a pretty background in that, of course. But then we were saying hello to what was happening, and that nauseated feeling, because I felt like me being nauseated after eating spaghetti and then doing a live stream. How can I do a live stream again? Because I was really looking forward to do my presentation as well in English, with showing you the images and my inner imaging of my inner worlds, or my former inner worlds I was in the programming. Well, to come to the spaghetti was connected, and on pure the noodle part, so not the sauce. It's pure the spaghetti. Yeah, it sounds weird, but it was very sad, because while we were doing this session while walking, then suddenly I got flashes of with the sexual abuse, and it reminded spaghetti noodles. So a tiny graphic warning with a sexual abuse of having swallowed things, and having being forced things in my throat, and with things. You can imagine what kind of things were put in my throat in the sexual abuse. And not only that part of a certain body of a male part, but also, for example, fingers of a hand, and then in a very crude way. And that was for the first time, by the way, that I suddenly was aware of that. Okay. I will go to Facebook. I think I am on dear people, on my personal Facebook. Can I ask you to go to TFOP? Or to my other Facebook where I'm live? I'm going offline there. For certain reasons. I'm not giving energy to that. But I'm going offline on my personal page. Let me open it. One moment, please, dear people. And Jos is going to make a cappuccino. Well, do you see the comment as well, Barry? Oh, thanks so much, because I'm now so... oh, it's on my personal page. So. I'm there as well, Barry, so... So, dear people who are watching on my personal page, please go to TFOP. Yeah, sorry that I have to laugh. Sorry. So, again, I'm going offline from my personal page, so come to TFOP, please, dear people. That's being moderated. Delvertje, thank you so much for your beautiful hearts. So, I'm going offline on my personal page. And I hope, oh yeah. So, I'm offline on my personal page, Barry, so that you know that. And I did my actions on my personal page, so you can let go. And now I will put off the follower. Well, I will leave it. Hello, dear people on Twitch. I have to take some action on Twitch as well. because I'm aware of that you're at multi channels, maybe watching Barry, that you maybe see it too. Oh, thanks so much. Oh gosh. So yeah, love, 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 love. Huh? We'll say no to evil. And as I said, with I will continue with my spaghetti story because it is a series. For me, it is serious and very vulnerable because that spaghetti was the feeling of that it would. Yeah, you have maybe a feeling how it's easy to swallow, that it goes easy through the throat. Well, it was awful to remember these horrific traumas, of course, of the sexual abuse. And I think that's why I was a bit tearful just now. And now it's also gone. So it was actually also a distraction. I was wondering, can I delete a command on Prism as well? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Well, I let go. Okay. Well, to come back, so that is now has come to the surface, and I'm still nauseated, but I'm fortunately not so nauseated that I feel sick that I cannot do a live stream. But yeah, that is probably the tiredness you see because it's an incredible fight. Um, yeah, it is an incredible fight to continue and to not go along with these inner. Yeah, it is kind of addiction, of course. Eating disorders is extremely serious thing, not just a thing, but a threat for the health. So, well, the emotions will go away. It will be all fine. Take some tea. Yeah, I will do that. I will grab some tea. I have just for now. By the way, I have for the break later on new music, so copyright free music, and I will I will pour in some tea. So one moment, everyone. Okay. I will communicate something. So Barry, I message you now uh, to the messenger, and then you understand maybe why I message this. So I apologize, everyone. I have to do this. Oh man. Did you get it, Barry? Can I ask you for advice in this? But I will continue the live stream, but I I like to share that. And the only thing what I can say is I will continue. Yeah, say no to evil and we send love and you know Did you get it, Barry? You don't have to respond in the chat, but yeah. So, dear people, I have to do this. Well, I continue. I will not. I will never. You know that I'm steadfast. I will never give up. So, all right. Okay, I will now go also. Yeah, I know Delvertje. And I did delete it, Barry. Um, okay, I will let go now. Okay, so yeah, I know, Jos. Yeah, we all stand together and say no to evil. Oh boy. Oh, I will also put off the follower alert. Hello, Alice. Welcome. It's a bit a bumpy ride at the moment, but I will put off that follower 3D. Okay, it's put off. Okay. I'm sorry, dear people. I choose to put off the chat for now. So it's sad that I have to do this, but we stand for love, and I will continue. So I did that, Jos. Jos Barry. I mean, I saw a message of Jos, and I mean Barry. Yeah, I will add some honey to my tea. And by the way, I have now, because my tea always get cold, as you know, I have now that I put in some honey, and I have now my cup, which I take with me. I have now, well, that's handy. It exploded. What an evening. Hello, everyone, also on Trovo. I apologize for this Oh, this is a messy start. Oh my gosh. Ah. Oh gosh. Oh yeah. Hello, Sunbeam Sting. Also saying hi on YouTube. Sometimes handy is not so handy at all. No, no, it's not. But I am thirsty. I need my tea. Well, I think putting my tea in a glass is more handy. Well, I'm so sorry, Barry, that you have your hands full. And it goes also for people abroad. If there is someone from abroad, I'm looking also for some, or not looking, but if someone feels like if he would love it to join me for becoming a moderator or helping me out sometimes, that would be great. And because I have coming Saturday a nice announcement that danadurnford is coming back for the fourth part about his research on nuclear and industry and specifically Fukushima and the water dump. So what they're about to do there in Fukushima. So that will be a very interesting broadcast, and it starts from 8 o'clock. So I will start a bit later than usual, and it is, of course, instead of the Saturday Dutch live stream. But you know, it will all come. Yeah, it will all come in place. You know. And I might go live one of these days. I will not say specifically when, for certain reasons now. Sunbeam Sting. Well, yeah, cool. Dana coming back. That's then part 4. Yes, yes, yes. For the fourth time. Okay. I will now put this. Okay. Should I? Yeah, I'm now looking for something. And then I can let go. Right. I will take a sip with, yeah, it's new to me using a cup, a thermos cup of. The pressure is okay. The pressure already went out. It's responding on my inner pressure, I guess, from talking about all these systems and going live after having just done another, of course, another layer in me, which I healed in myself. And I will continue my story. So I will, you know me, huh? I will never give up. Jos, interesting with Dana. Yeah, it is, huh? I hope you like it. And yeah, and we have at least 3 hours. So I'm very curious how that will go. And I get a lot of also people from abroad, also from Europe, even respond and replies and messages how they appreciate it that someone like Dana has been in my or in my live stream. So I'm very I'm very grateful with that. Yes, you cannot see the chat, Sunbeam Sting, and that is for a certain reason. Um, okay. Oh well, I let go. So maybe I will put it back on the. Yeah, I'm not sure. I let go. Okay, I'm now again back. So, okay, I was talking about these four directions, and these four directions I have now free to the service, free of them. And there's one left, and I put now some light on it to in the hopes that I have now these four directions all in one, that I have them and I can then integrate. And what I forgot to mention was that I discovered another signpost, and the signpost was based also on a clock, uh, on the clock, the clock, how you say that, of the clock. And one is standing to the left. That's how I pointed to the left, and it's 10:02. Or you can say in an hour, in 15 minutes. So 10:02, so more to the for you, like that. And then the other one is the quarter past, and the quarter past is the direction of Ray Elizabeth part in me. And I mention a lot of times that Ray Elizabeth is more and more in me, a kind of longing that I feel that she is my original me. Recently also got it confirmed also by someone else, like because she knows me as Monique, and she also mentioned like, yeah, I always felt she's very empathic, and she can also feel energy, but she knows me, and she says, yeah, it is very, yeah, I really never felt, yeah, how you say that, I really never felt that you were really Monique. And now there is also another alert still happening, so. Okay, so yeah, I apologize. I have to do something here with every time. Oh, thank you so much, Barry. You have your hands full, and a shout out to Barry, Barry Henderson. It is super moderator, really. Thanks so much, Barry. Not only for all the technical stuff, but also for so quickly responding on multi channels. And yes, my life dropped off from Sunbeam. My life dropped off. Yeah, I'm a bit out of balance, but that is. I will be all right. But you missed it, I guess, Sunbeam Sting. Well, maybe better to. I'm not going to explain, because then I give the energies. Energies only. So a shout out to Barry. Everyone, big shout out and love to Barry. It is amazing. Um, Yeah, I'm a bit silent because I'm now also checking, of course, and then dealing with certain things. So I did a big shout out for Barry. Uh, so yeah, I will just continue. For everyone who just drop in, welcome everyone. I'm curious if I'm also live on my YouTube too, Monique Wallace 2, my second channel. Yeah, it is. It really is. Uh, oh, Wow, great, Barry. Thanks. I was just thinking about it. Followers only mode. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, well, that is true. Thanks, but I advise all to stream and mod just to get that experience. Ain't hard and good to do. Yeah, but yeah, despite that, thank you so much. Thumbed it up, the second channel. Thank you. Hello, welcome into. And thank you all for being here. Wonderful that you stay here with the bumpy road here. I'm doing my best to continue my story without being disturbed by the disturbances. Well, that's live in a live stream. That's live in a live stream. Yeah, it's a great idea, Barry. Uh, okay, it's all taken care for, and then I can also put the stream. I will put also the chat back. You can clear the chat, Barry, maybe, or maybe not. What is handy? No, maybe not now. Well, I will do that later on, but well, maybe I should decide that later on. It's the first time. Clear it now. Okay. So, dear people, I will clear the chat. Never did that. How do I do that? It's the first time. Oh gosh. Where can I do that? Also with a command? Okay, thanks, Barry. You see, I learn. All right. Then I will put the chat back on screen. Not yet. I will wait until it's more people. When you type now new things, then the chat can roll, and then the other things are gone. Oh, you don't see it? Oh, thank you so much. Hello, Pachinko. Yeah, it is a very bizarre evening, but that's life. And I know that I make myself vulnerable with talking about the subject, mind control. But I'm steadfast, going forward for the freedom of the world, for the people, for the children. My story, my truth. Yeah, trossen los ervaren. Exactly, Pachinko. Indeed. So I will put on the chat again. Tiddy. Okay. All right. Oh, where was I? Oh, yeah, with these 4 directions. Well, maybe that's a good thing to bridge towards. That's what I was talking about. Like, Ray Elizabeth seems to be more and more. I feel more and more drawn to Ray Elizabeth because I've seen my birth certificate in the deep state and from my main programmers, Queen E and the man with the little black moustache. And they both told me, they only told me, I'm not saying it is the truth. I've seen the birth certificate and they told me. And I know with mind control, they tell a lot of things. Are these things true? Well, I feel a lot with it. I know the difference between what is reality and non-reality in me. And that is maybe also why I like to show you some imaging and symbols, what is going on in my world. Because when I am digging up, for example, a personality system, then that goes with symbols because I'm very visual. Programming is, the majority of times, is specifically choosing people and small children and even better toddlers who come from bloodlines or hidden bloodlines. And what do I mean with hidden bloodlines? I'm not sure if that is clear enough. But hidden bloodlines, there are yeah, I hate the word bloodlines, but there are certain families. You have these 13 bloodlines, which you can read books about it. It's well known nowadays, and that these 13 bloodlines have also hidden bloodlines. Well, these 13 bloodlines. Why is that? Because bloodlines can, for example, happen in. I do sometimes that example of suppose there is some royalty who wears these aluminum foil crowns with a feather. It's just a fairy tale. It's an example. Then they have a bloodline who is then making children with even from outside their own. If they are husband and wife, then even outside of their as husband and wife. And sometimes, a lot of times, also incest, by the way. But there is a hidden bloodline, and with hidden bloodline is that this blood lineage is kept what they call pure and is not polluted with incest or other family branches or other bloodlines, what they call. Well, what they told me, was that I come from 2 hidden bloodlines, and that my name, I did see my name, Ray Elizabeth, and then with some names, surnames, but I will not reveal that, because certainly not this evening, but maybe one day when the documents will be released, that it will be as well being being made public, but that's not on me. And I am not very. I'm pretty open about that. That these documents are in the hands of people who were aware of my deprogramming, and that with deprogramming, that is then still that. Now, what is happening here? We said love, 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 love. Just ignore. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I put off the follow, but of course in the chat it will be notified. Oh, now I understand. Yeah. almost, I almost wanted to sing all kinds of songs with love and then wave together like everyone. Love, love. Let's get a bit a kind of uh, corny. How you say that? A bit. Corny, I mean geinig, hè? That's another word for just geinig en een melige uitzending. You can un-eye the notification in Prism. Okay, oh yeah, of course. But yeah, there will be no followers now. So for at least 2 hours. Is that worthwhile? The stream elements web link. I don't really get it, Barry, but thanks for the. I take another sip of my tea. I miss my my beautiful glass tea, my tea glass, but this is more handy because the tea isn't getting cold. So I will then continue, Barry, and. Yeah, sorry that you have to deal with all of this. Okay, so what was I saying? So these documents are being safeguarded by not one person, by several persons. And tonight I get again confirmed how important it is that it stays secret, where they are. And for now, I even feel like, well, even if it's not, it's my story and I have no proof in the physical. I know it's there. So for that, it's the truth, and I say the truth because I know it's the truth. So I'm babbling, but I'm just making a bridge to continue my story, dear people, and just keep on chatting. I love seeing you in the chats and so on, and we send love. And I see now, Yvonne, love is all you need. I indeed wanted to almost sing that Beatles song, All You Need Is Love, but I was scared of maybe Facebook will then give a copyright strike, so I'm not going to do that. So I will now show you what I mean with these signposts and how my inner world looks like. And many of you were there in my Saturday live stream. So you are warned for, again, this whole incredible oversight, but also a bit busy, a bit crowded in the imaging. But because of my new systems in a system, that is what I then give preference to heal that instead of, because I wanted to specifically get more clearer oversight. But yeah, it is the way it is. So I hope, I hope it will be okay for you all. Gosh, okay, what did I want to show? Oh my god. Okay, so I decide to follow my story, to continue my story with the inner world of what I was explaining about the signpost and the 4 directions. Yeah, sorry. I even have to smile about what sometimes comes by in the chat, but okay. And for everyone, what I cannot talk about for tonight, I will make it up for next week, okay? So I'm not totally not panicked by that. I just do my live stream the way I want to. So let me see what I'm going to do. That's that, okay? Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to show you is the oversight of specifically the signpost and how it looks like in my inner world. And of course everything is now going different than I had prepared. But it is the way it is. And there you see a kind of potpourri of all kinds of imaging. And the most important thing what I wanted to say is, and to explain is the thing, and you see now also my mouse, I believe. Yeah, you see that. That this signpost here, and you see here like what looks like an ocean. I will make it a bit smaller. Hope you can still see it. I will do it like this. And with this big ocean, it is that environment. Yeah, I have to keep back on track, dear people, and I hope you understand that I need to pick up my thread, and that's a bit the pity about that energy loss. It's such a waste, and I know that, but yeah, I have to put on my train of thought again. So, but I'm human, and I love to say I'm human because I am. So, okay, I will go back again to these 4 directions and the signpost. Well, you see here below, you see here 2 signposts. What I here put on is the signpost I want to have, but I will do it the way it looks like in my system. And that is how I see it. So on the right side here is then the Ray Elizabeth, who was pointing to the east. That's my Ray Elizabeth, I believe, my basic core split. Because as many of you know, in my live streams I talk about that I had 4 basic core splits. And one of them, 2 of them are, this is a pre-stage of these 4. So Ray Elizabeth is a core split and Monique is a core split. Well, you know all, I call myself Monique, and I love the name, but as well I feel already for quite some time, is it the name I really want to be? I am, and yeah, maybe that's hard to understand, but that's what I'm trying to figure it out. Well, I put the fishes here below because my birth sign is Pisces, is fish sign. Further on, this with this signpost, you see there that's what I wanted to say. Like that one signpost on the left side, which is the Monique, with my arrow, I'm pointing as well. That is pointing at 10:04. If you see it as a clock. And that's why I described it as that the Ray Elizabeth, the pointer to the right, was the Ray Elizabeth part to the quarter past. And both of them, well, of course, need to be in the same direction, and better, it should be gone. So everything what you see here imaged, by the way, in this example, is that this all imagery, this was imagery in my mind, in all my split up systems. My split up systems, they created the imaging, and they were related to certain personalities, and far more than I now show, like Monique and Ray Elizabeth. But these are the main, which have now my main focus in integrating. But it's very important to maybe, and I hope to explain that, because that was for me actually why I was not sure. Should I do a presentation because of this image in the imagery, inner imagery? It's not about that, and the personalities who are connected to the imagery, like for example the wizard or this cube or the wall, or you see there on the left the cage with the golden bird, the golden cage. When they were active in the outside world, they were fully aware of where they were, the location, the details. In the flashbacks and in the remembering, I all had the details of where I was, the environment, the atmosphere. I recognized as well all the people who were at that moment with that personality. But if the personality switched, and this personality, for example, who had the experiences with the golden cage and with the bird programming, that, for example, a personality who was what you see here, the what is for me expressing the bell tower is the Big Ben. I had a Big Ben system in me, and I already integrated that. And the Big Ben was, for example, connected to a Dutch part, connected to Ben, because Ben in Dutch is not a name for a person, but it means am. The word am, of I am. Big Ben is literally translated in Dutch, de grote Ben. Ofwel de grote ik. Dus, maar these two personalities, of which I gave that example, can be, they don't know of each other. So if the one comes forward in another environment, then, and that person comes, that goes back again into the system, then of course the other one is not knowing from each other. So that is why it causes them to stay isolated, and that they carry each their isolated memories. So for example, with Big Ben, I was a lot of times in a British royalty. I was connected with them a lot. It needs to be said, I was. And for example, the Golden Cage programming was connected to the programming in these hidden theaters, also in the USA and in Los Angeles. Underneath, also in the secret theaters where I had to dance and perform, and when I was an exotic bird or a parrot, and I had to wear erotic clothing and so on. I had to dance and perform on stage for these people, for these elite of the deep state. But both of these personalities knew nothing of each other. But can you imagine that if one personality was only aware of the theater world, then of course when she would in the here and now come to the surface in me and become aware of me and that other Big Ben personality, that she is then totally confused. But it's not being crazy or mentally, and that's why I was never mentally unstable. I was vulnerable, but that's different than mentally unstable or mentally ill. That's a sad disease, what also really people can have. And with mind control, that's not the case. It can go into that direction, by the way, and that is when the deprogramming goes in a direction of which it creates psychosis. And psychosis is the biggest threat to MKUltra and to deprogramming. And sadly enough, I have witnessed that also with people also well known in the world and with deprogramming. And this is why my American beloved man who started helping me deprogramming, that he knew I cannot force myself into these deeper layers and systems of personalities. I need to do that with a team. And this is why he assembled, and he also had, by the way, the means to do that. And I'm very grateful for that forever. It's amazing how grateful I am for that. And that he is so aware of how cautiously this has to be done. And I believe that in all deprogramming, there needs to be a certain aspect in that to be careful. And if you see, for example, you recognize someone is an MKUltra, for sure it's important to not let them be too shocked so that they get suddenly too surprised or being suddenly touched. The majority of deeper embedded personalities don't like to be touched physically. So approach them, but for sure and definitely with love and empathy. And every MKUltra, how deep a personality is, or how, for example, if a personality comes forward and feels very shy, then deep within there are always personalities who can see your reactions. They are very intelligent on several levels. And they can feel it. So they can feel it if you believe them. And that's the most important thing, to be believed. And I see it's now 9 o'clock, and we will take a break, and then I will continue. And I'm not sure if I have energy enough to show you all that imaging, but I will go deeper into the carousel programming and this wizard you see on the sketch. So I think I will not always be capable of dealing with the whole sketch, but well, the people who were here from the beginning understand why. Hello, Tineke Jessie, welcome. So we're going for another, and I will put off wait. Yeah, and I'm sorry, dear people, I will put off the chat again on screen. I'm sorry for that. And I will clear the chat again. That seems to be a wise decision, I think, Barry. That's okay, Tineke Jessie. I had a bumpy start, so I have the feeling I hardly talked about anything, but maybe I will also decide to just go and chat with you, and then we'll go maybe even next week. But then I also feel like then I let the negative energy win. I will never, ever do that. I notice I'm trembling, but that is too much is happening, I think. So, Barry, I think it's handy to again. I will clear the chat again. yeah, yeah, that's true, Barry. Thanks for the lightheartedness, but I will clear the chat again. Oh, I did it. So, yeah, the slash. Yeah, this is what I mean. This is, yeah, the tiredness as well. Yes, we live for the good spirit, exactly, for the creation and for freedom. This is, by the way, why I stand also for danadurnford. And I am still amazed that not more people have had him in a live stream. And I truly believe that everyone deserves a voice. And it is interesting that he is being withheld from talking. It is amazing how he has been and still is being withheld from talking about. Yeah, that's and yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Emotes only. All right, I will do that. So, dear people, I will do emote only to give some quietness. Oh, you just did that. All right. Thanks, Barry. Yeah, go for a coffee, Barry. Take a break. I will clear the chat again. Here we go. Ta-da! Okay, thanks, Barry. Yeah, but I am in the mod section. Okay, yeah, I understand. All right, so we get, and I have music, and I hope you like it. It is very interesting, beautiful music, I believe, with, I say it a bit too happy, it is to create a happy, loving mood, and, oh gosh. Yeah, how do I do that, Barry? That's what I was looking for. I have a very fitting music, and I tears in my eyes when I hear the text.
Yesterday's news has become today's blues, and I'm overcome. I didn't choose to feel this way. I got caught in the lights of some other man's spite, and now it seems as if my life bears the loss. But I'm still here searching for everything I hold dear. I'm still here believing in you. Step out from the fear. Used to feel good, yeah, in the old neighborhood. I could sense the respect of a passerby. I could trust a chance from that brief, peaceful glance. Maybe we'd share a smile along the way. I'm still here searching for everything I hold dear. I'm still here believing in you. Step out from the fear. I'm still here.
Okay, Barry.
Feeling that good will have its day. I'm still here.
Okay, I will unmod. Thanks.
To all
Okay, thanks, Barry.
I'm still here, searching for everything I hold dear. I'm still here, believing in you. Won't you step out from the fear? I'm still here, feeling the good will have its day. Yesterday's news has become today's blues. I'm overcome. I didn't choose to feel this way.
Yeah, I had tears in my eyes when I listened to this song. It was so, to me, so beautiful. Okay, another one. What? It was a cute one. This one. This is a cute one. It makes you happy. I hope. All right. Okay. I will grab. Do you need a bit more time, Barry, for your break? I forgot to check how long I had a break. It is now 9:10. Did I have a break for 10 minutes? I think so. Yeah, and you all dear people cannot can't react in the chat, but go ahead, Barry. I will continue in a few minutes, and I will play another song. Yeah, dear people, it is just another stream like other times. Well, that's also nice, of course, or nice. It is a difference, but please stay because I will continue for as far as I can with my energy. So don't go away. I will wait. I have here another one.
Such precious time.
is life. And everybody knows that it is better together.
It is better together. Yeah.
With the love and we show. When I'm with you, I swear I could live forever. Today was
Let's all dance, dear people.
feeling like how it is supposed to be. Living life, hanging on a sunny ray. You by my side, everybody knows me.
Come on, let's have joy.
Better together. Simple.
And I love the rhythm section, like. Let's dance, yeah, it is. And my ring light dropped out again.
Everything we need, we got this reflection. Today was a good day. Feeling like how it is supposed to be. We living
Oh
life,
gosh.
hanging on a sunny ray. You by my side, everybody knows we are better together. Today was a good day. You by my side, never been a bad this life, hanging on a sunny ray.
Come on, everyone, dance. Swing.
Everybody knows we are better together.
Well, music is so important to create mood, you know. And I love music. I loved this song as well. And I know music is very, of course, personal and individual. So, all right. I got some energy. And Barry, enjoy your soup. Take your time. Yeah, and everyone, thank you so much for your emote. And I saw come by from Sputniki and Delvertje and Yvonne all these moving emotes. And Twitch has now an emote in which you can dino dance. Yeah. And I am back. Oh, great, Barry. Well, did you enjoy your soup? And if not, then have a nice soup, Barry. And my tea is nice and hot, so. Okay, the presentation. I will continue with, as far as I can, talking the story about what is all going in my inner mind. And you see me now a bit, I will do it like this, maybe that's better. I hope you all can see it a bit. I will grab now also this. So what I wanted to continue was I talked about these examples of how inner personalities are very aware when they are living, when they are up in the life, in actually when they are showing their programming in the body. And another important thing is that these personalities all have the feeling that they are living in that body, but that they are that body at that moment. This is why programmers, for example, did a very inventive thing to also, for example, Rachel part in me, that she was getting used of getting wigs on, which were black dyed wigs, or I even at many times had to dye my hair. Sputniki, Monique, are you feeling better? Well, the music gave me energy, yeah, and it is. Yeah, I feel better, but I'm tired. And that's what I do feel. So then I feel then a bit off my story, but I enjoy so much all your emotes and your presence here. I'm so amazed by, yeah, also that you, but I know that you stick to also. We're going for it. We're going for that saying no to evil. And I feel even stronger than ever how important it is, this mission. But not only my mission, but for everyone who in her or his unique way, like danadurnford also is, he's really very sweet, kind man, kind-hearted. He really cares for humanity and for the children of the world. And so many others who do live streaming, and I can fill a live stream with all kinds of names of people, not only in Netherlands, but from abroad, who have their unique way of... but I hope that we one day will unite in that I say no to evil, as all being unique. And that is my mission, and I feel even more than ever how needed that is. So, yeah... So I will pick up my thread and say yes to love. Yeah, exactly. Say no to evil, say yes to love. And that fits very well on a t-shirt. And I seem to recall that Delvertje as well had a beautiful line for that text. Trust the good. Yeah, indeed. So, well, many of you already saw that, of course, these many images. And I will clear the chat again. And it's such a pity for all your love, what you were all showing. Clear the chat again. Okay, well, I can check that too as well, Barry. I guess that if you still see the stream elements. We start over. Yeah, we'll start over. Well, I start over until it's 10:30. Oh gosh. We start over. Yeah, and with a lot of hearts. Okay. I will try to put on the chat again. If I can find it. Yeah, I am also tired, you know. I'm drained. And that... Yeah, and I unmodded... I did, Barry. But you still see it? I unmod stream elements. I did do that. So can anyone maybe check from you people on Twitch? Can you see stream elements? Because I'm in the mod view and there I see everything. But I'm supposed to have done that, but I cleared the chat, so maybe I have to do it all over. And I saw the unmod, yeah, add stream elements. Jos, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and again, I apologize for this incredible, chaotic evening. But we also have a lot of fun, don't we? Because that's important too, joy. Feed the joy, feed yourself with joy as well. But I am tired, so... Okay, here we go again with yeah, here I go again. So, these two signposts, well, the purpose of my deprogramming is that in the end, I have to get them back into the same direction. That's what I'm doing now, and this is why I have to get up all the personality systems in this area, and that area is what you see here, like an ocean. I put an ocean image of it, but you have to see then actually it's a kind of ocean bottom of where I discovered these signposts and inner systems, and they were totally new to me. So that was as well, again, also a bit for me a shock to deal with and to accept that I'm now digging up again parts in me of which I never knew about. And that is sometimes also very hard to accept. But I will do, and I will continue, and certainly after tonight, I'm only more in my fight for that this exists, MKUltra and full MKUltra, and that I come from full mind control, and that I stayed inside my residence for 10 plus years from 2010, and before that from 2000. I was getting, I stayed away from my work life and so on. So I gave up everything. And I will stand for that for the rest of my life, and I will only go for wholeness, inner wholeness, but also for that mission. And that is really, I mean that. For me, it's both the same. My own inner healing as well as freedom of humanity. And that is it. Yeah, this is it for me. Oh gosh. But I'm tired here, people. I'm not sure if I can do this story. Maybe I will decide in a half an hour to just go into a nice chat with you all. But yeah, let's see how it will go. Another signpost what I talked about, and that was that 4 directions, and that is what you see here, what I move up, left and right. And that was actually, you have to see that one, I discovered that on top of this one, what I pointed just out with these 2 directions. And these 4, you have to see that up on top of, you see now, also how I work with my 3D, Paint 3D. So these 4 directions of the 2 I mentioned in the beginning, that the 2 of them I have now integrated, and now the 3rd one. And these were connected to these eating disorders, of which now the spaghetti trauma, and that was built on it, an eating disorder. And that was all on that bottom. And these fishes I only added here because I am a Pisces, so as a sign, astrology sign. Well, with that comes this wizard, what you see there, because I have also something else to add to that. What happened? I already told last week about this wizard I discovered, or last Saturday I seem to remember, and that he was putting on a spell in that environment where I met these 2 signposts. And this wizard was literally also wearing this ruby red, wine-colored red robe. It's no coincidence that a lot of these wizards wear this color. It's a ruby red color, which is a beloved color used by also programming in games. And I believe many games are also meant to keep a certain inner programming of people going, and even to also program people or call up personalities. I know an example of a few games of which I know for sure that they are also to make people get possessed with also all kinds of demons and other beings, but that is not for now. But this wizard is incredibly is my male part, is my male side, and that is also connected to what I'm longing for and talking about for a long time, that I want to dig up my male part in me, which is connected to my military side and memories. So this wizard was there in that environment, actually trying to withhold me from entering there as ego, as Monique. Well, he did not succeed because I did enter there, but there is something else to the story. I found out that this wizard was real because after I gave that, as I say, hello to this wizard and to the system and to these new personality parts in me who came forward, and that wizard was giving up his defense system and his defense magic because he used the black magic. Black magic, that is many times kind of black magic. If people hear, oh, it's black magic, then people think immediately, oh, that is dark magic related to Satan, Lucifer, and with demons. Dark magic is nothing more than the extremity of the other side of the yin-yang sign, like the male, female, like in introvert, extrovert, and with the dark magic and the white magic. Dark magic or black magic does not have to be always negative, but it's incredibly powerful, and it can go into a certain direction that it can get black, but it is also, of course, specifically connected to which side you choose. Do you choose for the satanic Luciferian, for the evil, or do you choose for the good and use it for the good? So there is a great difference in that. Well, what I found out now, this wizard is now integrating, and it is now more becoming aware of me, Monique, in the here and now on this 2023 and in July. But I discovered as well, that was yesterday, that is why yesterday was also in a certain way again a tough day innerly, because I found out that this wizard system was also a fake system to deceive me, to not get to the real wizard system, because I discovered a copy of this wizard system. And since I uncovered this copy of the wizard system, which is the real wizard system, then now I could, of course, go deeper into that signpost, and I feel I can go now deeper into finding out my original Ray Elizabeth part in me, because that is what for me is the goal. I really want to remember everything, the whole lot, everything, because then I also can radiate that, and also in the live stream, and maybe then things will then go quicker in integrating and me becoming whole. So that is part of what I wanted to show. On the background you see a door. Well, I put a door there because a door, this one, the programming in my systems, there are so many doors, and but also doors like, no, it's a tiredness that I cannot come up to the other name, but it's this one, which you see here, which is related to my space system, and that is a space lock, if I say that well, because I had also a space system in myself, and that space system had also a door which led to certain personalities who were living in a space environment, and also other planets, and also someone on Mars, and that were all kind of inner systems, all in my mind, and all being isolated from each other. But doorways are exceptionally a lot used in my systems, and in a lot of MKUltras, by the way. There you see here the wall. The wall is another thing. There is a certain famous pop group who made a song about the wall. I think their LP, their double LP or their twin LP, how do you say that, was called The Wall. And I think you all know which pop group I mean. And many of their songs, sadly enough, were used in my programming. And I'm still not really clear about if this pop group knew about the deep state or not, or that they wanted to put it into the world or not, or maybe warn people. I still don't really know, but I'm sure you know which pop group I mean. And it's the same pop group which made that song, "We don't need no education." And now you know enough which pop group I mean. An incredible talented people, by the way, but that song specifically was scary to me, because in that cartoon you see, I think you still can watch it on YouTube, but then you see, for example, a kind of tool. You see them walking in a march. Well, that's only one example of how scary that cartoon was for me in my programming. So I truly believe that for sure the producers behind it, or maybe the designers of this cartoon, I'm not sure, but someone wanted to trigger MKUltras. That's what I know for sure. Yvonne, the lead singer, is awake. Yeah, I think so too. I believe myself, I always felt that they were aware, but not aware of that their songs were being used for MKUltra. And I know that from certain people I met during my deprogramming in the USA, with the connection with this man who helped me deprogramming. I know that the majority of artists even never knew that it was used. Tineke Jessie, I know this song a little bit. Yeah, it was. I think it's a well-known song. It's a well-known song for specifically people who were born, between 60s and 70s. Delvertje, me too. My birthday is 2 days earlier. Ah, Delvertje, Joker. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I understand now the confusion in the chat. Well, it's always good to be celebrated, be congratulated, isn't it? So it's a party. Oh gosh, yeah, the confusion sometimes, I understand it. Okay, another symbol what is being used in the, and with the fake systems, I will come back to that also. I talked about the Big Ben already. That was a very specific symbol in my programming. By the way, another thing what was connected to what I just mentioned with the tower, with the famous Tower of Pisa. Yeah, ideal to put it in a programming. So you see here now the DNA, if I click on that, the DNA, and you see that it looks like a ladder or a staircase or a spiral staircase. Well, spiral staircase, if you look from above perspective, from a helicopter perspective, to a spiral case, then you see that beautiful, I love that symbol. It's a beautiful design. I believe, I love spiral cases, staircases, by the way. You have beautiful designs of that. But it's also in our DNA, as you see, in this in this drawing, but also all kinds of ladders. I had also other means of, instead of ladders, that I had, for example, the rainbow road. Well, the rainbow road you see here at the top of this drawing, and it will be now a total potpourri of my drawings, but it's a weird evening, so I just go along with adding to the incredible kitschy compilation of all these images. I will put a bit smaller the wizard. So that is that was also used as how do you call it? A glijbaan. Oh, a glijbaan. Yeah, my tiredness is not knowing the English word for that. A slide. To slide from one end to the other, and at the end of the rainbow, then there was promised good luck and that pot with the gold. Well, The people who are born in March maybe also know that the 17th of March is St. Patrick's Day. And Patrick's Day is green and connected to green clover, the lucky clover. Ideal for programming, and what has a lucky clover has 4 leaves, has 4 parts. That was ideal to connect it with my inner compass and with my inner 4 directions and with the inner signpost, which I started or tried to start this live stream with explaining in English. So then you see now why certain symbolism is being used by the deep state and by programmers, because it's also handy, because then they can, for example, as well trigger multiple MKUltras at the same time. That's also an advantage of putting the symbolism into the world. Maybe you can connect then as well the dots. There was in 2010, I still recall that very vividly, there was here in the Netherlands, there was a government thing going on to promote Bob. Bob is, for the people abroad, another word for you are the Bob, the Bob. The people in the Netherlands, I think, know what I mean, is that drive safe, without alcohol, and also let yourself being driven in a car by someone who only drank water. Well, I found out very great, because it's very good to support that people will not go steering the wheel with some alcohol. I really feel a lot for that. But then you saw along the road, every road, highway road in the Netherlands, you saw a traffic sign on which you saw that Bob, and it was a kind of sled, and then it's with something with Bob or something, and with Oz. It was a color yellow, and the Oz programming was used, and that is perfect for triggering MKUltras without that the programmers even know that, for example, this government statement has been done. And this is why symbolism repeats itself in the world and is being put by the deep state in the world. And they love that symbolism is repeating itself. It's the same with the famous big M. I was always, by the way, in the beginning I was proud of M, because M stood also for the M of M&M. And I was, even when I was younger at school, you had already a certain candy which was called M&Ms. And that was a lot being used at school, but not really to tease. But I must say I always loved the letter M. But yeah, you see all these letter M's everywhere in the landscape of a certain brand who sells, well, you know what I mean, with fries, etc., etc. A famous brand which is everywhere in the world. And this is why I stand for that we decentralize. I believe in a decentralized world, decentralized countries, more than that everything is under one umbrella and one leader. Because if it gets more under one umbrella and then one leader, then who is controlling that one leader? And with decentralization, it's being spread. And then I believe, that's my opinion, that then the people, that they can then control the leader. And that is why I am very for pro-decentralization. And then it's not about not working together as countries, but each country, that's an example, is separate, it does its own thing, and then cooperate, of course, as much as possible, but not a leader who leads everyone. That's why I feel a lot with decentralization. You have humans that switch different arm moves. If you mean with that can be as well a trigger or programming, but I'm not sure what you mean with that, Tineke Jessie, but I seem to understand what you mean. Sunbeam Sting the Bob indeed is the drive who does not drink on a night out. Yeah, and I try to look up that example of Wizard of Oz programming because that's such a clear example of that. That it was there, that traffic. But I couldn't find it. Otherwise, I would love to have shown, but maybe you remember that. But yeah, there are so many things what governments do and new traffic signs and so on. So maybe I'm the only one who remembers that. But I remember that, of course, because the Wizard of Oz was mentioned. That's why I remembered. Delvertje, Nexit and back to AEG. Oh yeah, that's EEG. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's why MOIST is a trigger word for some people. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I don't get that. Is that a brand? Maybe it's not ringing a bell inside of me. Not literally ringing a bell. Yeah, I think I will go into also a bit chat with you because I'm so tired. I'm so drained. And welcome, calmless lunch. Welcome for the follow. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Barry, for that. Taking care of that. Yes, that being capable of typing. That's great. Yeah, I was planning on talking as well about the carousel programming. And the carousel programming, oh, that is so extensively used in my programming because of the core splits. And I repeat it again because I do feel that repeating is also a strength by getting it repeatedly being heard. Oh, now everyone is typing yes. Yes. It shows it's very funny to see that how that goes with chats, with text. Sunbeam Sting. No, it's just a word for wet surfaces that is even not allowed in chats. Yeah, I assumed it was in that direction. Yeah, but it is now a bit getting crazy of how many words are being seen as with a double meaning. It's also a pity, I believe, but thanks for explaining, Sunbeam Sting. Now I understand. So the carousel, and of course I cannot now highlight it. Well, you see that here. I will make it a bit smaller, then you won't get crazy of all the imaging what I show here. And I'm now moving up the aim. Well, you see here aim. Aim is the English word for aim, for richten. I mean, in Dutch it's richten. Well, aim was not only, of course, handy for my military parts, but as well for aiming to an inside system. And I had also a target system in myself who had literally who was literally symbolized as a target. So, and with throwing darts, I had a beloved, well, it was not a hobby, but I always liked darts, throwing with darts on the target. And now I realize that must have been my inner military part who loved doing that in some of these cafes or sometimes after choir rehearsal. In some of these cafes, they had there also these, and now I forgot. I'm so tired. Oh, why do I let myself drain so much of energy? But it is, of course, as well that I went through intensity last week. So I apologize for that. I'm not cannot reproduce the right wording now. I am now drinking coconut. Oh, cappuccino. Something. Sputniki berry, that sounds awful. But that is really nice. With coconut taste. That can be very nice. And also rice milk. I've now rice milk combi with coconut. It can be really nice in coffee. But maybe it was a joke, but yeah, thanks so much, Tineke Jessie, for all your understanding, and I'm drained. It is weird indeed, not like coffee at all, but not a bad drink. No, is it the first time that you are drinking it now, Barry? Is it? Did you want to try it out? If I can ask. Yeah, it is a strange taste. What in the USA, maybe it's now also in the Netherlands more, but I love sometimes these coffees with cinnamon at times can also be nice. But not always. Or vanilla taste. Oh, I love that. But I'm a vanilla fan. Well, to come back to aim can also be ami and Amy, am I, and also the other way around is I am. Well, in Amsterdam, and I'm very near. My Amsterdam is very dear to me, and this I am, if I can show it, this I am is that. Then you have to see a heart in between it for the people abroad. Maybe you don't know it, and that is I love Amsterdam. So I Amsterdam, you see then, and this was used in my programming because this I Amsterdam. I maybe that's nice for me to look up later on. That I love Amsterdam, the symbol, and you have also letters in Amsterdam. They stand at certain. They are placed at certain spots in Amsterdam, and then people take pictures there, and then you see the letters I and then heart Amsterdam, and it's really nice to see. But it is programming, it can't be triggering to MKUltras. That's interesting, huh? And that's just there for everyone, for tourists, for people who like it, and I like it too. But at the same time, it has been created to trigger MKUltras. And as many of you know, the majority of who already follow me for quite some time, that Amsterdam was a programmed city inside of my system next to other cities. Exactly, that one, Barry. That's how it was expressed. Yeah. Sputniki, there's a lot of exposure in Hollywood. Yeah. Finally, it's good. It's good that it happens. But I do hope, and then I sigh a bit, but I do hope that it also will give more voice and belief to the people like me who were never visible to the outside world. I was never a well-known artist. I was never a well-known dancer or well-known musician. Besides then a bit in the Netherlands that I started up with choirs and so on, and they got bigger, and then the programmers wanted to stop that I would become too big with my choirs, because I let them grow and got more known in the region. Not special, but just I was getting more well known. And yeah, I hope it will also create this, that people like me, and there are many more MKUltras who are invisible, and that a lot of them give up because they are not being believed, because no one else knows them, or they have been taught to stay invisible. So I know that it's pretty challenging for me to be live streaming now for more than 1 year and a half now. So, and thanks to you all who joined me here. And Jos, cappuccino with cinnamon sugar and a shot of whiskey. A shot of whiskey. Oh no, I'm not a whiskey woman. No. Mm. I must say, all these people in streaming who use these famous things, thermos bottles, they do work because the tea is still hot. It is still the same tea from when I started the live stream. So the carousel. So this was the I am. Oh yeah, I forgot that I also had a very important inner personality which was called Mia. Well, Mia is in also in the detective world, police world, and in the military world, missing in action. Missing oh. Missing in action was very handy also for my inner programming systems, because then a personality could just become invisible, and then she was a Mia. So I had not only a personality who was named Mia, and this Mia was, by the way, a very important personality who was connected to animals and loved animals. But underneath that, I carried all the traumas done to with animals, and what I was forced to do with animals, and what I described in the more graphic, detailed live streams of recent. That's only a part of the surface of what I had to do. What I also was forced to do, unfortunately, in my programming. So totally not voluntarily. It was in a trance, in a programming, and as slave, full mind control slave. And there is also something else, Mia. You have these in these detective series. You have also these namings for the people who Jane or Doe. So it's then in a detective series they find someone who they cannot identify, a dead body, and they cannot identify. And if it's a woman, they call them Jane, and if it's is it Joe? I'm not sure, Jane Doe or something. But yeah, it's my tiredness again. Oh man, I hate it as well. Ah, gosh. Ray, by the way, the other way round is ear. I forgot to mention that in the Dutch live stream. So Ray, a lot of these letters were scrambled by the programmers because they could then create some coding for my inner programming and my inner personality. So you see here ear, and ear was then also for listening. That was a very handy symbol for that, and a personality would listen or would not listen. If the A is put away, that rhymes, then you see ER. In the USA, and maybe also in other, I don't think it's called in Great Britain. I forgot the word for it. But in the USA, ER is being called as emergency room, and that was very handy to connect my Ray personality or other personalities to the emergency room in my also inner system, and to the night sister. I had a night watch and a night sister. A night nurse, I mean. She called herself also sister, but I mean a night sister. Night nurse. Ah, man. And so that is the ER. And in the Dutch language, ER is R. And that is with that R which the people from abroad cannot pronounce, unless they're from certain countries which have that hard R. And that is to be somewhere. So this is here. It's there. R. Well, how can I otherwise explain it? I think I explain it now the best way. You see here below the compass. I cannot move it for some reason, but the compass is I uncovered already many compasses in my whole system already in the years before, and that counts as well for what you see here, the cube, And red and black is also a beloved used color coding, also for the deep state and for the neo-Nazism. They love red and black. Well, you all know, of course, the famous flags of a certain, also my main programmer, a man with a little black moustache. The hexagram you see here as well with the 6 sides. I also had a pentagram, an octagram, and then even also in 3D, but I could not find a 3D symbol that I could show it. So now I do a bit explain all these symbolisms in it. And I talked about stairs and staircases. This is meant to look like an Escher staircase, but I don't find it that much succeeded in that, but yeah, I found it a bit too vague. But maybe you can see it, and it is about the Escher. That was a famous Dutch artist, very famous worldwide, and used in many gaming, in the gaming world as well. And because it's the illusion. So here you have the illusion that you can go round with a staircase, but in fact it's loose from each other, because you see it's actually a shape like this. It is sometimes that happens, that things are no coincidence, because someone I know who discovered recently in Amsterdam a new museum, or no, in Rotterdam, Rotterdam, that's a city also in the Netherlands. The harbor had a famous, one of the biggest harbor cities, I believe. I don't know if it still is in the world, the biggest one. But the harbor city, Rotterdam, in the Netherlands, and they have now opened recently a new museum, which is called Depot. But the Rotterdammers, the people in Rotterdam, call it de pot. I also, I love that language. But it's the language they're people from abroad. I cannot translate, but another word for it is the pot. Like a teapot, the pot. But it is depot. And there it has certain Escher-inspired staircases. So that's interesting, eh? And someone I know was recently there while I was doing the live stream last Saturday. And those synchronicities, I see that too. And it's very interesting that someone came by. Because what is the chance of that someone is telling you that? And was there. So yeah, depot is used in English as well. It is storage. Yeah, exactly, depot. Oh, thanks for acknowledging that, Barry. But yeah, in Dutch, yeah, the pot. You can also read it. No, not really, because de in Dutch is in English the word for the. The. The pot. Sputniki, I love Escher. Yeah, me too. I love many artists, and many are originating from Netherlands. And Netherlands has a great history with art, architecture, and well famous artists on many subjects and art types. So, and I keep on getting back to the carousel. The carousel, which I cannot enlarge, but I can do it in this way. But then it then it's in pixels, I think. Well, in front of it, you see here kind of candy and snacks, which were heavily used in my programming. And I talked about earlier live stream about its candy hearts, and you see here an example of it, and here it has a nice smiley, but the candy hearts of which was used in my systems had with the letters in it. I'm not sure if that still is the case, and that was, for example, I love you, love. There were all kinds of expressions in Dutch, and they had all kinds of colors, and that color coding was then very handy again for the programming and to connect it to the codes, because the programmers, of course, wanted to have a handy practical system, because otherwise that little notebook with all the codings for my programming would have been immensely and thick, so thick that, well, they could not carry it around in their pockets. And I've seen the notebook in which all my codes were put in, that it had the size of a small pocket, what you also can buy as a book in a pocket shape. And it was not that thick. So these codes were all coming together to basic coding. And they were still a lot. But now you understand why the programmers could then literally hook a symbol to another symbol. Like, for example, the stars. I came across so many star systems in me. And I happened to also change my name into Terra. And Terra is as well, means also star. It's one of the what it means is one of the meanings. That means literally star. And the Mallemolen, the Mallemolen. Well, interesting. I was planning on talking about the carousel, and I bumped when I walked back with my dear friend here from my walk. And then I came by, you have these bookcases everywhere where you can borrow or can lend books, where you can put in your old books and then you can take yourself a book, and also other items in it. I love that kind of system. It's borrowing, lending. I love that feature, and that it's you can just grab it out of the bookcase. And then my eyes caught a book which was titled Mallemolen. And you saw then as well a carousel. Well, how can be a coincidence like that I bump during a walk into a bookcase, and I could see the cover of that book with the carousel on it. Isn't that interesting? Delvage, it's a mini beep. Yeah, and free. No costs. No fee. You don't have to pay anything for it. And the people who do these bookcases everywhere, you see them spread everywhere, I guess, in the Netherlands. It's such a nice feature, and it's free to grab. And I like it. It's also on several stations as well. So, but it's a nice description. Yeah, mini beep. Yeah, and the carousel. Well, I cannot enlarge it really, but that the carousel was important in my systems. I had so many carousels. And why these carousels? Because you see the center here, that in my system, by the way, it was a smaller center. So you see here this column with, and the majority of times it is with sides and mirrors in it. The cores of babies, of which I found in these cores of carousels, they were hidden inside these, center of a carousel. I wonder how it's called. It's the same name as you call, for example, when you have that wielrad, rad, like that large wheel. I'm really not doing well with expressing in English, dear people, but it has a reason for that, but I apologize for that again. Well, mine here you see quite a lot of sides, and that it is a quite broadened center of this carousel, and where I found my baby parts was that it was smaller. By the way, my inner carousels all had horses, and what also was added to my inner carousels were that there were cherry beans, and cherry beans I talked about already in earlier lives, that for me cherry beans are very, sorry to say, but creepy little angels with wings. I still I still cannot see them as sweet little angels. And that is one of the examples that maybe is really destroyed by the programmers. But I know also the history of cherubins. The history of cherubins are that they were evil little demons, and I don't know if it's because of that I cannot see them as sweet angels with wings. Maybe I get over it in a while. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's still there that I cannot really watch them. And that's because of this. And I had an incredible and an immense trauma also done with it, with the carousel. I am now looking for. I will now also add the chat. Oh, thank you so much from Tivop Barry. I wanted to say thanks, Barry, for the Tivop comment. I'm tired. I think I will stop the not the live stream specifically, but the talk, because I'm so drained. I hope you cannot see it, but I see it in. I see myself only very small because I don't want to see myself very large. But I see I'm very tired. Leanna Barge, what I feel is we live under the dome, under pressure, under pressure of the seas, of the oceans of our existence. Thank you so much, Leanda, for expressing. Yeah, you have beautiful words always. Yeah, I have to think about life water. Life water is so important. Life water, beautiful life water. Nobby, hello Nobby Slap. I've got a big wheel. Yvonne Groot. The fallen angels. Well, the fallen angels are different for the cherubins, but you can look it up. The cherubins' origin were evil little demons. But at the same time, you have the chapel in Italy, in Rome, and there you see that Michelangelo also painted these sweet little angels with the wings, and he was very into God, I believe, a Christian, or I don't know how you can say that, but yeah, how it's, I really have to look it up again. Barry, Monique is live in a mall? In a mall? In a mall? I don't get that, Barry. Is live in a mall? Nobby Slap, I'm watching on a 10-meter screen. Really? Whoa. A projector maybe, or really a screen. Wow. Wow, that's big. Oh gosh. Well, I hope it's a joke, Nobby. Oh gosh. But I do love myself as well, large screens for movies as well, but not to see myself so big, no. You know me, yep, Monique, on 300 plus tellies in our local TV shop all at once. 300 plus tellies. Huh? Really? Whoa. You're not kidding, Nobby. Yeah. Oh, welcome, dear people. I'm not in my best mode at the moment. With tired of what happened in the first part of the stream. I'm not going to say what happened, but it drained me together with the incredible intense process. But on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and more. Yeah, thanks. Well, wow, Nobby, that's wow. Yeah, I don't know what to say, but it's a funny image. Tell you will be famous now, Monique. Well, it depends. Are there many people coming by, or oh gosh. Well, it's thank you so much, Nobby. It is every support I'm very grateful for. Please like, subscribe, a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me that I would be able to grow with my channels and to get my story out. For I say no to evil. This movement of individual movement of the people, which is my dream, it's my mission, and it's only a dream. And yeah, thanks so much for everyone who also stayed here in this chaotic live stream of this evening, because I will repeat this same live stream, I think, next week, that it will be better. And great news, danadurnford is coming by Saturday for part 4 in the live stream. Talk with me from Canada, digital meeting. And he will also do a presentation with pictures and documents and so on, that he can prove that the Fukushima is dumping water, which is dangerous to the environment and to the, well, water is of course very important. But yeah, Dana is I think he's very a sweet man, loving man, and he loves humanity, and that everyone can have a peaceful and healthy life, and for the children. But I'm sure it will be an interesting evening coming Saturday. It starts from 8 p.m. in Amsterdam time zone. I still am flabbergasted by 300 TVs in the shop. It's not a small village. Oh gosh. Oh wow, Nobby. Yeah, I follow certain people, so it's a very it's yeah. I'm looking forward specifically to, because I also realized by meeting him myself, I myself also it goes in a deeper level, enters in me certain parts of the story. So yeah, yeah, Nobby, it's for sure info, I believe. Yeah, what people then can, can feel what their own truth is and what they take with them. But I think it's important that it's being told. Very important. Mm. Yeah, Nobby, I know also from people I know from Japan that there, for example, also cancer cases are growing, and also with the throat glands. It's I see that everywhere. So, but yeah, Saturday, dear people, be very welcome there. And I think I will put the sketch smaller, and then let's go for these last 15 minutes with you in a nice talk, to go to a closure, because as always I have to quit at 10:30. Coming Saturday I will be capable of going live, because I will start live later and also will end later, in the hopes that more people abroad also will join. And again, also dear people on Trovo as well, welcome. Coming Saturday, again, danadurnford. So, welcome everyone. Gosh, what a strange live stream. But yeah, it's live streaming has its advantages and its disadvantages. For me, pre-recording is not really working, because when I want to pre-record a video, I did that in the past, or did some invites for coming live streams and so on. And then when I did it the first time, actually the majority of times when I pre-recorded, for example, an invitation or a promo, Then the first one was actually the best, but then I started recording over and over and over again. So it doesn't work with me. Nobby, always look on the bright side of life. Yeah, that too. Stay positive. Exactly. Yes, Jos, you also. Thank you for all your support. And that counts for everyone. Also, this evening, then I see come by all these lovely emotes. And your support means the world to me. And so amazing, really. And I think I will go for a long sleep. But yeah, I can say that. But the majority of times when I end the live stream, then I cannot sleep in the first hours. But yeah, too much happened then by speaking out and doing the live stream and so on. Do 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 do. I don't get it what it is, but or are these wait, I did something. Sputniki, Monique, take it easy. Yes, I will. And it's I will leave this live stream behind and will just continue coming Saturday, of course. And again for at least if Saturday, specifically from people abroad who like to be, or maybe just for Saturday, like to be a moderator, or just try out, or just for that evening. And it's always, of course, own choice. And would be great, specifically for Saturday when Dana will be here. But if you like that, please, you can mail me, and it's down below. Or you can message me through the Facebook Messenger if you would like to do that. And most important thing is, you have to like it, and freedom of choice. So, but I put it in the air for people who maybe like to join. Hello, Eric. That was a goo. I always have to smile, Eric, with the long goo. It's always nice. A great energy always, Eric. And Eric, you don't do these your live shows in English, but for the people who do know you from and know Dutch, go to also the Soul Mirror, Eric, and to Barry Henderson, of course, to their channels. Very unique, loving people, and also for that the world comes together with respect and love and so on and so on. It's unique and great. So exactly, thanks for the shout out. It is like where Gaston brings the big lottery prize. Yeah. What a name, eh? Gaston. Yeah. Yeah, of course, Eric. And nice to see you. It was a bumpy live stream. Oh, meine Güte. Yeah. Shall I, do you know a nice channel to rate, Barry? Gaston from Belle and the Beast. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought Gaston, that I seem to remember that from a game show, but yeah. My mind is at the moment not at best. Oh, Harley, that's a while ago. Well, I love Harley, so let's do Harley. She's always so sweet. Dear people, come along with me with Harley. You see the name. Oh, I am in the mod section, so I cannot see her channel name. Ah, Eric. Yeah, of course. Well, you did not miss a lot. And a lot of well, I'm not giving honors to the certain energies, but maybe you rewatch a bit and then you know why it was a bumpy evening. But I had fun as well, so it was different than again other live streams. Thanks, Barry. I will copy paste. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, you can also raid, huh? And by the way, if you say raid, then he says hello raiders, my Kapperman. You look tired, though, dear Mo. Yeah, I am drained, and I did not. I was capable of doing my stream, but yeah, I'm extremely tired. But yeah, and to what I wrote you on Messenger, Barry, I am very tired, but can I talk to you about that maybe tomorrow sometime? Because I'm now too tired that I can share a bit what happened, what I message you on Messenger. Well, you will see me online on Facebook, and if you prefer a time, then let me know. Private, of course, in the Messenger. Soul Mirror. It's all about the people. The stream is less important. It's all about the people. Oh, definitely. Yes. And dear everyone, before we go for a wait, thank you so much for being here and also for the new followers. It was a very warm welcome. And next time I will be better with my with the story thread. And again, for the people who rewatch this, please subscribe, like, thumbs up. It's the same. And it means the world to me, and I mean that. And I thank you all so much because we did have fun as well. Barry, of course, a big thanks for moderating. Soul Mirror, also thank you for joining. And so great always to see you. So, dear people, we're going for the raid. So, Barry, you can. There is a go for the raid. Dear people, thank you so much. Love you all. And see you Saturday. And for sure this week at daytime with a live stream in Dutch. Yeah. Alright, raid started. Okay, can I now join? Okay, everyone. Bye, everyone. Should I now do leave or go? Oh, no.